Isn't that fun?
I love it.
I always like doing those. It's just something that brings me a great deal of joy. So,
Music. I love it.
yes. Thank you, Mark, Spirit Whisperer, for being here.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you for asking me.
You're so generous with your time and your gifts, and it's gonna be one of those things that I'm probably gonna be heaping praise in your general direction.
Oh no, not that.
I know. Stop, stop,
I'm
stop.
terrible with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you know,
yeah.
we'll get you used to it.
I'm
So,
not good at self promotion or getting.
well, I'll promote you.
Yeah, okay.
I'll promote you. So, um,
Toadstool Tarot. Hi,
yes.
Toadstool.
Let's say hi to some people. Viviani is here. Hi, Viviani, and Sonia is here, and we'll be back a little later. Kimberly King. Hello, Kimberly. We have Teresa Levine. My good friend Jamie, Wandering Mountain Bardic Path.
Hi, I don't know you. So nice to meet you.
Yes. Jamie, this is Mark, wonderful guy,
Hi, Jamie.
and works with Pan, and Jamie works with animals.
Oh, cool.
So, yes. And
I was a zookeeper for 30 years, Jamie.
yeah.
So we might have something in common.
Kathy G is here. Hello.
Hi, Kathy.
This is Robin, Toadstool Tarot.
Oh, hi, Robin. I don't know Toadstool either. Hi, Robin.
And
Nice
all one.
No, all
And
one. Hi, all one. Aaron.
by the way, wait a minute.
I know Teresa Labigny. That's the way I say her name.
Teresa Labigny. I love it.
I know that's.
I love it. Okay, give me just a second.
Sunny Vibes is here. Hi, Sunny.
Yep. And just getting caught up. Okay. Sunny, lovely, Viviani, McBee, OOO. And just so that everybody knows, Jamie said, hi, Mark, small animals, wildlife, and exotic pets.
Cool. Love it.
So, yes.
So no elephants or giraffes, I guess.
No. Well, not that I know of. It is Jamie, so she might have had some experience with. So,
it was easier when they lived at the zoo, and I just got to call them my pets, even though they weren't.
Well, yeah. Spirit Watcher Suzanne is here, and Spirit Tribe talks with Deborah. I think I Sunny Vibes. I say that way too, Mark, to be funny.
Yeah.
And
I like that name, Sunny Vibes. That's good.
Yes. Hypnocity is here. Hypnocity. Sorry, Hypnocity. J Cat Lady.
Hypnocity. I like Hypnocity.
Yeah. Connie B.
Cosmic Orphan.
Yep. Cosmic Orphan. That's Steven.
Hi, Steven. Love your names, Cosmic Orphan.
Yes. And
I like that sometimes.
These are also, everybody who's watching is part of the best chatters.
Oh.
So, and we are simulcasting on Mark's channel. So you'll see me frantically actually trying to pop up so that people can see other people's chat. So, and Eliza, Connie B, I said hi to. So, yeah, whales, otters, and such. No giraffes or Eleys yet.
I've taken care of a lot of otters. Loved them. I took care of a lot of giant river otters. Loved them. Had a lot of babies.
Aw. Were they babies because, I mean, they were having them in the zoo, or were you?
The mom and dad were breeding, which is, they're not that easy to breed. You have to be really careful, because if anything screws up, they might kill the babies, but they did really good. They were so cute. I loved them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Kimberly King. So Mark, one of the cool things, okay, everybody, below is the description, is Mark's channel. Go over there, and you know the routine. Like and subscribe. Do all of those things. Do it.
Yeah, and if you hate me and don't want to watch me, just subscribe anyway, because that.
Well, just subscribe anyway, and then actually just don't hit the notifications.
Yeah,
So
and
uh,
yeah, and it's free and it don't cost you nothing.
that's
Look
right.
at Cosmic Orphan subbing already. Okay, if I was there with you, I'd have to kiss that mustache face.
Oh, there you
You
go.
probably wouldn't like it, but you'd be getting one.
Careful, Stephen. You never know.
You'll be getting
So
one. Oh, there's
Katie's
Katie.
Moonchild is here. Hello.
Hi, sweetie.
So many beautiful people. Katie, it's good to see you.
I love it.
And sliding into first, Riff Raff Royale or Riff Raff Ray. So, oh my goodness. So, oh, here you go.
Bring
Bring it. And actually, that would be more like bring it. You heard it here.
I have my little fan, but I can't thwarp it because my dog is afraid of the thwarp.
Oh, yeah.
And this is the tiny thwarp because I have giant fans like that, and I love to thwarp them because they make a great. But she's sitting here behind me as always. She don't like it. And then also Alaska for my regulars. Alaska's in the back in her seat as usual.
Lovely.
My two doggies always have to be here.
Thank you, Gina M. Oh, and Aaron said, whoever put the mustache on the picture of Monkey and Mark, I did.
I wonder who. I saw that too. It was very cute.
It's like, who would do something like that? Eliza, you're right. We are excellent readers.
We are.
I mean, you know, so.
Oh,
Cheyenne is to Mark, I think just subbing. So, and yes, please sub. Thank you, Viviani. Making sure that all of the people are aware.
You guys are very sweet. I appreciate that, guys.
Well, okay, and Judith is like on a delightful surprise. Well,
and if you guys like animals, I do animal readings every Monday at 2 Eastern.
You do, do, and you did. Okay, explain the animal readings because you channel Pan.
Right. So I call myself a conscious voice channel, but I'm intuitive, clairaudient, that stuff. Mm-hmm. But I, apprenticed, worked hard, studied, and I became a conscious voice channel. And so to me, that means I let the guide come in and express himself through me using my vehicle. Mm-hmm. It's like I'm sort of sitting next to it and just shutting up and being quiet and letting them do it. And so I've been doing that since the 80s. And I work with 3 teachers primarily. That would be Jesus, you probably know him. Dwal Kul, might not know him, but he's an ascended Tibetan master. And Pan, the god in nature. And he's the one that got me up off my butt. And told me I was going to become a zookeeper when I was in my 30s. And I did. And he and I worked at the zoo together. I say, he's in my brain. Mm-hmm. And we talked to all the animals, and he really helped me with that. I just found out talking to spirit and talking to animals I always felt like I could hear the animals, but it wasn't that different. It was just a slight little notch on the dial. So,
sure.
Yeah. So I ended up talking to lots of them at the zoo.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think it's and you have been on my channel before and told you and shared your story, and it's really beautiful. I will ask over the years, and I would feel you've gotten more comfortable with trusting that.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Bring it.
They have benefited you greatly. How have you benefited them?
Benefited who? The animals?
And
well. Well, I think because I followed their guidance and the best I can. I think they like that. Because even back when Pan said I was going to be a zookeeper, and I said, well, that is not going to happen. No way. I have a degree in drama. I love animals. I think I can talk to, because I already had been talking to them. But I thought, that's not going to get me a job. But he just kept saying, well, the animals want you there and you will be there. And that's exactly what happened. Mm-hmm. So I think just by following that, Also, I channeled them for classes and workshops and private readings. So I think that's a way of being of service because they asked me to do it.
Yes.
And so I just try to do the best I can. So I've been doing readings for a long, long time. The YouTube stuff is brand new, though. And
Yes.
it was real different. It still is different doing that. The reason it's different is because, in a private reading, I'm working with one person for 30 minutes or an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And not me, spirit is through me. My eyes are closed. I'm working with them. I don't really use tarot cards and stuff and that. But on this, it's one after another, and it's just constant. Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? And so it's a new learning curve,
Yes.
and just to trust that you're able to, because I've never done anything that rapid fire before.
Mm-hmm.
And but I like it a lot, and I love also reading with other people, which I never got to do before, and I really love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And again, heaping praise. You're very skilled at it. I think you described it recently on one of your videos. You had said when you're doing private readings, you don't use the tarot.
Mm-mm.
And when you're online, you use the tarot. And you part I and correct me if I'm wrong. You said, okay, I hear you. Give me a card that shows me that because the cards help us
Right. Like
connect.
I kind of want spirit, and plus Pan again suggested I use the cards for it because I
Mhm.
used to use cards when I first started, but just for me. Then as I developed better clairaudience where I could really hear, I didn't need to use them as much. But I love the cards and I know them and all that. But he said, use this. It's like a visual medium. And I thought, well, that'd be great. So I do pray and ask the cards to visually um, show what I'm hearing in my head. And they really
Mhm.
pretty good at that.
Yeah. Purple Elephant Deb H is here, and I was reading with her, Angela, and medium Betsy Palmer today at 2. And both of them asked if we might be able to get our two friends together, Granny and
Oh,
Tarot Sachet.
yeah, they're aching for that. Yeah, we could. We have to
We
pick a date.
we can do that.
And it takes
And
Granny just a bit to get ready, so I have to make sure I have a little time before.
yep, and we
She's
can
slow.
plan far out. Yeah,
Yeah.
because high maintenance, isn't she?
Oh boy. Yeah. I
Yeah.
bought her a few gifts recently, so she's, I think she's ready to come on. So whenever we can do it, I think it'd be fun.
I think so. Viviani said, I highly recommend a private reading with Mark.
Oh, Viviana.
So that's beautiful.
Thank you,
Miss
sweetie.
Charlotte is here, and I'm just getting caught up. So
Yep.
Kimberly King said, I can't make the Monday lives with Mark, but I always enjoy the replays.
Thank you, Kimberly.
Yep. And
Yeah, because people tell me they get a lot from those readings. Well, I do readings on Saturdays too, at 4 Eastern every single Saturday. And I've been doing that for almost 2 years, both of those, because I just had my 2 year. But
yes,
a lot of times,
congratulations.
yeah, a lot of times people will say they get stuff, which I'm glad, because they can't be there in lives, and I know that, but they watch it later, and just you don't know how often someone's question applies to other people who are listeners and viewers,
Mhm.
and so they'll get a reading through that, and the same with the animal readings.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I think that's why some get picked, or because it speaks to more people.
Yeah.
So
Well, and that's something that I've discovered is that yeah, a message can be for multiple people,
right,
and I think that's an important thing for me to remember.
right.
It's like just say it all, so it works.
And I notice a lot of times if a person asks for a general reading, Pan will kind of come in with a reading for the group,
Uh
you
huh.
know, as much as for the individual who asks for the, if it's almost his choice. So then he goes into message for the.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Robin had asked when you applied, and they asked, "Did you want to be a zookeeper?" And you said your spirit guides told you that you were meant to be. What did they say to that? I think Robin's being funny. So
The zoo. Oh,
yeah.
well, here's the thing, Pan was pretty serious that I was going to be a zookeeper. And I just thought, really, Gerald must always argue with the guides usually about it. And I think,
Mhm.
well, that's sounds lovely, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen, Mr. Pan Man.
Mhm.
But he was out to prove to me that he existed and what he said was true. And so the next thing I knew, a friend in passing told me about a class I could just take from the street to become a volunteer at the zoo.
Oh, okay.
And that was, there was no guarantee of being a zookeeper, but you could go and clean and stuff like that. So I signed up, and it was like an 8-week course, and you had field work and a lot of tests and all that. And I took that. Just thought, well, this is weird that this came up right after you told me I was
Mhm.
going to be a zookeeper.
Mhm.
And they didn't offer that very often. It would be just every one, no, every year, few years. So it just
Uh-huh.
happened right after the big old. And I guess there was about 150, but I was the only. And when you passed the thing, then you were able to volunteer. That was the reward.
Uh-huh.
And I scored the highest in the class. I'm good at test taking and that kind of thing. And but I was the only one that ended up working at the zoo from that
Mhm.
class. I was also the only one that went and volunteered. So I right away started volunteering, and I went every week. I had a job out, but I waiting tables. But I made sure I went at least twice, and I tried for 3 days a week. And so they all got. I kept trying to move around, so more people got to know me,
Yeah.
and it all worked out.
Yeah. And Robin said, thanks. Volunteerism does lead to positive results.
Right, and it was quick. So less than a year from the time he told me, I was a paid zookeeper. And it's also was a city job, so a public service position. So
Even
I
better.
had to go through all kinds of oral interviews downtown with the city. Why would you want to work for Los Angeles? And
Yeah.
what what about how would you tell all that? But again, I'm a an oral communication major and drama, so that kind of stuff was more easy for me than your regular
Uh-huh.
zookeeper that doesn't talk to people normally.
Yeah.
So then I always scored really high on that too. And you have to score high on those to even be put into the pot to be hired from. So, it was a lot of
Yeah.
steps, but I went through them quickly. And I know, like he told me, because the animals had something to do with it and they were pulling their strings.
I love that.
Yeah. And I believe
I
it
love
too.
that. Hi, Crone Zone. And wow. Okay. I am just loving that there's so many people. So this is wonderful.
Right.
Cheyenne said a blanket hello. And oh well, and Robin wants to know if you have a favorite animal at the zoo you had a deeper connection with than others. That's like asking which is your favorite,
Yeah,
isn't
no.
it?
Yeah, it's true. And I would never say it if any of the others were listening. But actually, this is the God's honest truth. My favorite animal is always the one that I'm with in the moment. So that one that's in front of me, that's my favorite. And I really liked all of them. Now, I got to hand raise quite a few different ones. And so you get a little even more connected. And
Sure.
I really love chimpanzees, which I didn't think I would. I just didn't think I would. But they're so much like people. And I got to hand raise 3 baby triplets of
Oh,
chimpanzees until
wow.
they were 2. I was their daddy. And so, of course, I became pretty. I had some baby tigers that I got to hand raise for like the first 4 months until they got so big that they just ripped my arm off, just in playing. They weren't
Yeah.
mean, but they wanted me to be like a tiger. And so
Hmm.
they jump on me and bite me up and stuff. Uh, so those, and spider monkey, I think that's the spider monkey you put the mustache on. She was
Oh,
my
uh-huh.
baby that I hand raised. So any hand raising ones, and I did a lot of hand raising, and I did shows because of my acting stuff, and so I did a lot of training.
Sure.
I was always hands on, even
Yeah.
when I was in whatever it was. I loved anything where we were just like this.
Yeah.
I never really had fear.
Yeah. Because Aaron asked, was there ever an animal you were intimidated by?
Sort of in the beginning, I hadn't had any really, I hadn't had any experience with reptiles and snakes. And I grew up in Kentucky where there's a big fear of snakes. You know, I was just kind of raised that snakes are horrifying and scary. And
Mhm.
plus, I agreed, they were scary. And so that was a little intimidating. But I remember back when I was doing classes, you know, metaphysical classes, and I'd gone somewhere where this lady had two boas that she brought to class, and both of them immediately wanted to get on me and for me to hold them, because the animals always do that thing with me. They just act like they know me, and they just,
Sure.
so I didn't, in 30 years, it's very rare that I had to work hard at all to get them to trust me and like me and be my buddy. But I
Mhm.
always thought that's because Pan was always in my energy. And I always felt like they recognized, it's almost like I had a sign that said on behalf, you know, Pan's helper or friend or something, because they would just immediately trust me and take to me,
Yeah.
which was a godsend. So, but then when I started working with the snakes, and right away, they each one showed me their personalities and how they were all individual little beings in a snake body. And then right away, they liked me. They wanted me to hold them all the time. And
Mhm.
I used to put, like, I had a big old gigantic white albino rat snake, which is a really pretty big, thick snake. And he loved, his name was Casper. He loved to ride in my shirt. And so I'd put him
Oh,
down my shirt and I'd have it stuffed in my pants, you know. And then I would go work, and then he would just ride around. And then he would come up through my collar and he'd rub my cheek
uh,
and he'd go back down. Of course, it'd freak people out if all of a sudden the snake, because, you know, usually they wouldn't know because it would just,
yeah.
I wasn't doing it for anybody, but he loved it. And so, you know, then they helped me get rid of that. Also, Pan, you know, I always felt like when I was at the zoo, like actually the supervisors and all that really didn't like me much. And there was a lot of like homophobia. And
Mhm.
when I started there, I was the only openly gay man there.
Uh-huh.
And so they had to be nice to me because the city, you know, forced you to. But
Yes.
then more subtly, they didn't really like me much. Um, the other keepers did, but not them. So I always had a little bit of struggle there. But I felt like the animals, and I got moved around a lot because they were bitchy and kept trying to screw with me. But
Yeah.
then what I realized were the animals were really why I moved, because whenever I moved to a new group, it was always, oh, I'm supposed to be really all into monkeys and then hoofstock and then reptiles and then otters and then, you know,
Mhm.
I was in the elephants and then, you know, so it always felt like, or lo and behold, whoever I was taking care of all of a sudden had babies. And then I was like daddy. And that happened over and over and over. And, you know, I also do a lot of work with, well, for the animals, you know, death and dying stuff.
Yeah.
And so I were with a lot of them when they crossed.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
I felt that was something Pan um, worked with me a lot and helped me understand how that was a service, even though I'm a big old emotional wreck
Mhm.
when, you know, somebody leaves and goes to the other side. So it was always really emotional and hard, but I did that over and over. There was another time when I just so happened to be the
The
keeper,
one. Yeah.
you know, when this one was getting ready to cross and stuff like that.
Mhm. I would imagine this is one of those things that when we understand there's more than just this 3D world,
Right.
it helps us understand. It doesn't make it any easier
Oh
at
no.
all. It just is a little different.
Because
So,
I'm very tenderhearted about stuff.
well, of course.
And even though I know they're transitioning and it's all that, still, I don't know. I just get, you know, and I'm, what do you call it? Empathic or whatever. So,
Huh?
you know, I just hit all that. I remember when I was taking care of this coyote in the zoo, and I hadn't really cared for her all of a sudden. And Pam kept saying, you need to talk to her. You need to talk to her. And I went, okay. So I went in her exhibit and sat down with her. She stayed over in the corner and just got quiet and talked to her. And she told me she was about done with the zoo and she was ready to cross. And she hadn't been feeling that good. And so I went, oh no, that wasn't really what I wanted to hear.
Uh-huh.
And I thought, oh, well, if I can help in some way, I will. And then I came in a few weeks later, and see, I didn't regularly take care of her. I did every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard very clearly, and I was doing that group of animals, and Pan said, go to the coyote first. And I went,
Okay.
okay. And I went over there, and she was laying inside the little bed where she usually stayed outside, and I could tell she was going to go. And
Mm-hmm.
so I talked to her and I said it was like a little bunker thing. I had to squat down on my knees to get in it because it wasn't very tall. And I crawled in there and sat down, and then she scooted her body over and laid her head in my lap. This is a wild coyote that didn't really know me. I mean,
Yeah.
I had that one talk with her,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew she was going to go. Anyways, I asked Pan to assist. But the reason I brought this up is because during that experience, and this was one of the first ones at the zoo, I'd been with a lot of my pets and let them pass with me holding them. I never
Mm-hmm.
really went much in for euthanasia.
Right.
And I didn't really like it that much at the zoo either. I'd much rather, if I was able, just to have them pass without,
Yeah.
like, I didn't call the vets and say, oh, the coyote, because I knew she was getting ready to go. And I just didn't want them to come and like just mess up the whole.
Mess up the process.
Yeah. And plus they're afraid of the vets and all that. So she laid in my lap, and then this was the part I wanted to get to. I'm so long-winded. Tell me shut up. But,
No.
eyes are closed, and I could see this being, this energy coming down to get her. And it was a real strong presence. It was a different presence that I hadn't really communicated with. And, I go, who's that? What's that? And it said, no, I was going, what are you? And I said, I don't know. I got this feeling it was like the angel of death. That's what I thought. And that seemed so horrible. And I said that, what, are you the angel of death? And it said, well, I prefer the keeper of the doorway, but yeah, that's what some call me. And it says, and I come and I usher or escort the spirit to the door to the other side. Which I thought, oh, well, it's great. I never really heard of that, really. I mean,
Yeah.
I heard of it in myth and stuff. But anyway, and then I saw her spirit, my eyes are closed, but lift up, and it greeted it. It was like it became one. And then it just went through my body. It's like it flew through me and then went up. And then I was just a weeping mess, like when it went through me, but I don't know, that helped me a lot.
Uh-huh.
Because I know it's hard to believe, but I literally saw this being that said, I come to greet energy when it's transitioning and escort it. So they don't do that on their own. So
Yeah.
it was great.
Yeah.
And
Thank
then
you for
I
sharing
sat
that.
there and cried for a long time until I finally called the vets to tell them. And I said, oh, I found her dead, because they would have crapped their pants if they known I'd crawled into that little hole and sat down by myself with the coyote.
Yeah.
I did a lot of stuff like that I never told anyone.
Well, of course, yeah. Don't tell anybody that. Don't share your cool secrets
Yeah.
because,
I'm
yeah,
sticking my hand covered in peanut butter into the bear's mouth and let him chew and lick it all off. They would just crap.
yeah,
But he loved to do that. It's his favorite thing to do, was lick my finger.
yeah, yeah. A lot of thank you for sharing that, and I think this is one of those things. And somebody said, earlier, hospice work is difficult, um, but it's also very noble. So what you're doing is beautiful. So yeah.
Well, it's hard, but I would do it. And quite a few times, keepers that I really loved and they knew I did this kind of thing, they would say, Mark, would you go with my baby because I can't do it or whatever? And so I would go for them.
Uh-huh.
And so quite a few times I would be holding somebody as they took their last breath. And a couple of times I went when they did euthanasia, which I just don't like it. I know sometimes it's necessary, but animals have passed on their own since the beginning of time, just like people, and they don't necessarily have to have that. Usually, for me, it's more about the person than the animal needing the euthanasia. The person can't stand it, and they kind of. But for me, if I had my choice, and they're not just in horrible pain, that's different. I would rather they just cross naturally. I'm there with them and I'm holding them, but that's my preference. But I know not everybody.
Yeah. Gina M has been amazing, flipping between our two channels and sharing lots of things. Thank you, Gina. And there's several other mods who are helping. And Mark has a playlist section on his channel about his animal experiences. And this is one of those, I love doing that to people that I discover, and I look at their playlists. So this is great. Yeah. Bureaucrats and animals don't mix.
I agree.
Yeah. Lisa is here. Yeah. White Wolf Mother, hello. Glad you came back. I have several people starred for readings. And if you want a reading, type it all in capital letters so we can see it. We're going to answer them in random order, and we're going to ask you to be present for the reading. And so it's one of those things that we can read on just about anything. How's that?
Yeah, whatever you want.
So,
because I don't really do the reading anyway. It's spirit. So I just go, well, if they can't do it, they'll let you know. But I don't care what you ask.
Yeah. Eliza shared when the feral cat Silver passed 2 weeks ago, I have basked in attendance at the vets. Well, that's cool. That's powerful. So, yeah, Viviana is, being amazing too. So it's like, boom.
Yep.
It's like, woo. Probably have missed a whole bunch of people. So
Gina and Viviana, they do a lot of help for me on my channel.
And I do appreciate people liking and subscribing to my channel.
Yes.
So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Tarot Stash. I do lots of different things on the channel. One of the things, and I have to share this because I'm very excited about it. I do something called Laugh and Learn, and this coming Thursday, it's about pendulums. And that's at Thursdays at 2 p.m. And I have some guests coming on, and we're talking about that. So
cool.
Yes. Yeah. What kind of pendulum is that?
This is just a moonstone. I mean, an opal.
Uh-huh.
If you can see it. And then it has a little opal dot on the other end. Oh, where's my? I made it.
Oh, that's pretty.
It's a small one, but I like it. It's got a long chain, but I usually wrap the chain, and then I make sure that these two fingers are kind of holding it tight. And then I do it. Yeah. And mine goes clockwise if it's yes, counterclockwise if it's no, and then back and forth if it's in between.
Yeah. So, okay. I'm just got
some. You're only 5 away. Yeah. Anybody coming over here from my channel?
That's nice. Okay.
Make sure you subscribe to Gerald.
Hello, Miss Moonlight Musings. Arlene is here. Good to see you, Arlene. I haven't seen you in a while. And Silver is now in the lovely red earth of something under chicken wire, so the birds leave her body. Yeah, that makes sense. So, thank you. Gerald does a lot of fun. I just have so much fun. And isn't that part of the celebration of this is that you do 3 shows a week now.
Well, yeah, I just started the 3rd one though.
You just started he started Rainbow Readers on Wednesdays, and that's at 5 p.m.
No, that's at 7 p.m. 7. So I'm doing one in the evening because my other ones are during the day. I just thought maybe so people might be able to tune in.
Yes. So tell us about this, because that gives people a chance to go like and subscribe to your channel. Because
Rainbow Readers, the reason I started that, and it's new. Number one, I want to have guests on, and on Saturdays, just Pan and I address all questions, but I just do that by myself, and that's what I first started. Mondays, we do animals, and I always do that with my friend Debbie. And I haven't been able to invite people on like I want to. So that's the first thing. I have a different guest each week. Number two, I just wanted to shine a light on our metaphysical community, one thing, and all the different people that are in it, all the different colors of the rainbow that are gathered together for this, family group. And I also wanted to shine a light on LGBTQ plus people who are also in the community, and other gay and all the other letters readers. And I wanted to kind of shine a light on that, especially now when more and more rights are being grabbed back and hate and all that crap. So I just wanted to, that's the basis of it. We talk about spirituality, and I also have allies of the LGBTQ plus.
Yep.
Those were the guests. And we talk about that, and then we do readings too.
Well, and essentially in the Rainbow Readers, it's all of the cool kids are there. I mean, right. I think, and here's where, I'm sharing this because also all of the best chatters should be there.
Yep. And so, Gerald was my first guest.
No, I was your second one.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, because I couldn't do that first one.
Yeah. I wanted you to, but then you were second. That was great. Yeah.
I'm sorry. So yeah.
Well, that's okay, because Debbie was perfect that she was.
Debbie, it was so much fun. Oh my gosh. And the fact that, what's wonderful is part of this is you understand there's more depth of understanding, because a lot of times people just see YouTube content creators and they just see them doing readings, and that's all they know about them. Right. And so getting to know somebody and the connection, it's really awesome.
Right. And I've loved that the most. I've just really loved the talks and the discussions. They've been a lot of fun,
Yeah. And speaking of which, I downloaded a book on Audible for the gentleman whose name escapes me, who we did a reading on. Cute guy.
That you and I did a reading on?
Yes.
Oh.
And oh my God. It's Liz
Montgomery Cliff?
Yes, Monty.
Okay.
So and it's the two of them.
Oh, how cool. What's the book about? Just their relationship?
It's about their relationship.
Oh, cool. I love it. Well, isn't that interesting? You came across that book after we talked about those guys.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to say readings are closed because we have about 15 that I've seen.
Yeah.
So.
It would be a miracle.
And you did one for Harvey Milk. Who have you? You've read Harvey Milk. That was.
I didn't do that one yet. Did I? Oh, I think maybe Debbie brought him up because he had come to her. Yeah, so we do pick one person that's known from the LGBTQ plus community, past, present, and we do one reading on that before we get to viewer readings. But I've been loving that too, or an ally, because we did Elizabeth Taylor, and she's not gay or anything, but she was a super duper ally, and so stuff like that comes. And then I did one of my movie star boyfriends from when I was in Hollywood, who was also gay. We did him, and that was great because he just passed. So it's been a ton of fun. I love it. So
yes, Sharon Sipe is here too.
Hi, Sharon.
Hi, Sharon. So okay, let me go through. I'm loving having you here, and one of these days I'm going to actually ask you to show me, I want to do, and I'll show you mine and you show me yours.
Okay. I'm pretty sure mine's bigger, but whatever. And then what?
That's fine, but I know how to use mine. All right. So I have hypnicity.
Yours probably has a mustache too.
Well, there you go. I have Hypnicity, Lady Lo-Fi, Crone Zone, Sunny Vibes, Viviani, Red Hat Cat, Kimberly, Aspasia Rising, Michaelia Butler, Rossi's Den, Miss Moonlight's Musing, Cat Lady, J Cat Lady, Info Entertainment, Riff Raff, Ray, and J Cat Lady. I think, do I have J Cat Lady twice? I have J Cat Lady twice. And then Aaron. So, but
There's a really good documentary on Tab Hunter too. Aaron, she said she had a crush on him. That's a good documentary to watch.
Mm-hmm.
If you like that.
Oh, and Tom, Early Ritual says, put your wands away, boys. Yes, but they're more fun when they have pendulums around them.
Mine responds to my pendulum. Hello.
I want all of the stories about that, but that's hilarious.
We better get to questions.
Yes. Oh, I love it. He's like, we better get to questions, Gerald. So, all right. If I've missed anybody else, my apologies. So
I would be saying happy 4th of July, but I'm not really so into it this year.
No.
I'm not feeling so free and, all that.
Yeah, it's, stuff sucks and
seems hypocritical.
Yes. Okay. Hypnicity. Please check in with Rascal. I believe she's fading fast. She's 14-and-a-half-year-old black lab. The last thing I want is for her to suffer.
Right. Okay. Rascal. I don't really think she's suffering. Like, I don't get that she's, in like this unbearable pain or suffering. I'm not really getting that. I'm just looking here. No, I don't think she is. I mean, she's older and she's not feeling great, but she's not like, I'm not getting just, tons of pain or anything like that.
Yeah.
Rascal. I feel like she's I'm sorry, Gerald.
No, keep going.
Okay. I feel like she's been being visited by other animals that have already passed and are coming down, kind of checking on her. They've been doing a little preparation like that. She does, she slowed down a lot. I would agree that she's moving towards transition. But the reason I feel like there's little spirits of others, here's this empathy card I see and hear you. So they're kind of coming down, looking on her, checking in on her. It's dogs she knew or animals, could be a cat too. But purpose, life's purpose, follow your path. So, she's right on her path and purpose. She had a great life. I'll say that for her with you. Go ahead, Gerald. What are you saying?
I when you were talking about she's having visitors because she's not exactly sure she understands what's going on because she still feels very young in her spirit.
Right.
And she can't go out physically and do all of the things that she's wanting to do. So it's like they're coming and just explaining and helping and going, here's what's going on. And she needs a bit of, this is the hermit, she needs a bit of quiet time to to process what that means.
Yeah.
And I think this is that time when I don't believe she's in any pain. There's just the regular um there's the regular pain and discomfort of getting older.
Right.
Hypnosis said her eyes say I want to.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Well,
that's where you got to show up, and her body won't let her.
yeah.
So,
Well, and two, when they get like that too, they'll want to go off food or water, and then people get even more worried. But honestly, that's to be expected. Sometimes they'll do that on purpose to help their body go on and do the transition, so they don't want to keep it all full and fed and all that. But
yeah.
when Gerald was talking about them coming down and kind of talking to her, I get that because of this. They're helping her face the fear of transition and crossing, because that's really, all of us, no matter how we are about that, when it gets close to that time, it's like, and I do think, our loved ones come and visit us to try to help us feel better about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what's going on. You don't have to draw it out. So when my pets get to that time, and I've had lots and lots of pets, and like I said, I only euthanized one, and all the rest have just crossed. But when I know it's getting closer, like you're saying, it's in her eyes or whatever, I just reaffirm, pray that she's allowed to have her crossing the way that best suits her and her spirit and all of us. So we want that easy and effortlessly, and just let that occur in an effortless and loving way.
Mm-hmm.
That it doesn't have to be drawn out, because sometimes just holding that fear thought makes it draw out a little bit. You kind of keep her in the before. So
Mm-hmm.
you just want to allow it to be for her highest good. Let her soul do what it needs to do, whatever that is.
Well, and I got the strength card because I was asking about is she making sure that you're okay?
Yeah.
And it's yes, and it's you need to be okay with
Right.
it. So she may be hanging on a bit because of you, because of all of the love and appreciation for you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're
And
welcome.
they pay attention to our thought patterns, and especially the emotions behind them. So, she knows you're concerned, and she senses that. She's very,
Yeah,
she's very
very, very
sensitive.
sensitive.
But loving, sweet, precious angel. I do think she'd probably like to just cross easily, as it can be. And I feel like it could just be like a breath, and there she goes. That's kind of like what she's looking to do. She's getting closer to that. And, I know for myself, when I've had to look at that, it's helped me to say that I just want what your soul needs for its highest good and progression.
Yeah.
Whatever that may be. And I do that a lot when an animal's sick and they're not necessarily at death's door. I don't know for sure.
Yes.
So I still want them to get well, but I'll still say whatever's best for their highest good. And sometimes I'll just rally around and get well. And then other times they just cross easily. So I always like to leave it up to their soul and don't let me influence it, even though more than anything, I don't want you to go. You know what I mean?
Powerful.
To go, but
yeah, she's very sensitive. Thank you for letting us read for you.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Sun Psychic Jean. Hello. And okay. Viviani has said there's 1,000 subscribers. Thank you, everyone. Mark, if I can say you burst my 1,000.
Popped your 1,000 cherry.
There you go. Stay tuned. What'll happen at 2,000.
I'm so happy that you got past that number, because it's terrible when you're right under it. You're going, can I just get over? I just need
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, party. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
Hi, Jean.
Yes, Jean. Jean was having great show. Jean, having amazing shows. So,
Yes.
Lady Lo-Fi. Gents, I start a new job on 7/17. Is there anything I should know about it? Thanks, Janet C. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
New job. Hi, Craig. Good to see you. Sorry, did I talk over you?
No, we just both said hi, Craig, at the same time, I think.
Thanks.
Yeah, because it came out of our mouths simultaneously. Okay.
Yep.
Lady Lo-Fi. Well, I actually feel like this is the answer to your prayers. The universe has presented this to you because it's a good thing. I also hear that, there'll be a little bit of adjustment, but not a ton. Just getting used to it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's just stuff I heard right off the bat, but I'm going to pull some cards.
One of the things that I got, I got decent cards for a new job.
Yeah.
Remember, this is the Page of Cups. It's important to remember that you hold the key on what your approach is to this and the emotional satisfaction you get out of it. The opportunity is the Queen of Pentacles. So this could be really good for you economically and physically. This is a good opportunity for you to develop some additional skills. And here's the thing to remember is, Lady Lo-Fi, it is important to remember that you're going to be in a learning process for longer than what you want. And so it's very important for you to be kind to yourself, because when you're learning new things or learning a new environment, it's like it can be a struggle, but be nice to yourself.
Yeah.
Be willing to take time to learn it correctly.
Right. I do think it's for your, it's aligned with you. I feel like spirits help attract you to this job, number one. Like if you've been working on manifesting it and looking, that kind of thing, I feel like they're happening. They happen to help you. Hello. But it's a job that will encourage growth, flowering, blooming.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. It takes you farther, and it's good. Look how sturdy that flower is. It will be, and I think you'll be busy. I'm not sure there's a lot of time you get treadmill. So I do think it's like stuff to do. You'll be busy,
Yeah.
And a little bit, but this job will fuel you for the future. I think it's going to really push you even further because of the experience you get at this job right there is really going to give you that boost, that fuel you need to even go further. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I think you're going to leave that behind. Because the other thing I was going to say that I was just hearing, and I was going to change cards to see if it agreed, but you're going to meet people or person, I feel like more than one, that you really like, or you become buddies or friends.
Yeah, there's a feeling of community that was lacking in the other one. You're going to feel like you belong here. You belong there because you bring something and people value what you bring.
Yeah, there's a different community energy that's more positive and supportive, I think.
Yes.
Twillo Lifestyle Community.
Hi, Tanis. And I saw Aley is here.
Yeah. But I just pulled one more from my good old rainbow deck, and la la, the sun. So good. Good.
Definitely. Love that.
I know it's
so good. It's harder to meet people. as you get older. So that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. Twisted Sushi is here as well. So thanks, Lady Lo-Fi. And anything else for that one?
Nope.
Okay, we're going to do the Crone Zone conversations with the ancients, but let me make sure they're here. The Crone Zone conversations with the ancients. Please pick up the white courtesy phone. Priscilla, please pick up the white courtesy phone. I was.
Are we picking up?
Yep.
There
Yep.
they are.
I'm here. Okay, Priscilla. So.
You'd love like a general reading.
General reading. Yeah, that's something when people like and subscribe, they're going to get it. There's going to be silly. May I go?
Yes, please, because I'm
Priscilla. This new thought process or this new idea that you have, stick with it a little bit. You need to invest in it because it is this idea, Priscilla. It's helping to lead you out of this dark cave or this heavy duty energy that you've been going on. You're walking to the light. Here's the thing that's important is we have the Knight of Cups, which is the card of, when I see this is normally the knight might be dashing forward. This is one who is deep in his thoughts, deep in their thoughts. So Priscilla, as you are deep in your thoughts, it is important for you to balance it with action. So I got two knights. So this is that's interesting because we have water and we have fire, and when you put the two of them together, they create steam, and that can generate. So it is important for you to spend some time with what you're trying to do, and then put the energy behind it and start doing it. So.
Okay. Well, let me see here. I get that you have a strong connection with source or a guide or a few. Like there's this devotee that you're, I'm going to say with God, a very strong connection with the creator, if you don't like the word God, but that. But I'm hearing, and then you're good about receiving and following through and doing all that. But they're kind of wanting you to step out on your own a little bit. So by that, you pick the next step instead of receiving it from them. You're really good about that, but they want you to step out and be the pilot kind of. What this is reminding me of is sometimes, like when I'm working or co-creating or manifesting, sometimes they take the lead and then sometimes they want me to take the lead. So this feels like they're encouraging you to take the lead. That doesn't mean you're still not in partnership.
Yeah.
But there's something they're wanting you to take action on or to jump into, because then I switch decks. Well, I'll say this, the flow is kind of guiding you in that direction anyway. So they just want you to trust it. But they're saying, so then I get time to put yourself first, honey. So that, again, that's like, you're the driver for now. We want you to drive the car. And then time to decide. So they're urging you to take some action on something I think you've been thinking about a little bit. And they're going, we want you to do that because it brings you joy and happiness, and it's coming from your own sense of a creator. It's like you're inspired to it. It's what you do specifically that makes you unique. So I think they're talking about your own individual uniqueness and really encouraging you to express it.
I want to add to that. As you were explaining that, I pulled the bottom of the deck energy was the Two of Cups. It's the opportunity for you to really sync up with your higher self.
Yeah.
And deliver that message.
Right.
So thank you, Priscilla.
And that higher self can give you really great things to act on, like a spirit guide could. So they're kind of talking about that aspect of you or coming from you, kind of. Yeah.
I like how you said that. Strong connection with source. Yes, I understand, Mark. That makes total sense.
Oh, good.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And somebody says Sharon Syke doesn't have a wrench.
She doesn't. There's a lot of people here today. I'm so excited.
Yes.
I don't get to see the number on my screen, but I can tell there are.
There are. Let me fix that, Sharon. There you go. Sharon, you're fixed. There are 68 people watching, so it's beautiful.
I love it.
So yes. Okay, so we're going to mix it up a bit.
Great.
And I'm going to scroll down. Twillo Lifestyle Community. Anything for me today? Because we're doing them in random order. So I want to make sure that
Twillo Lifestyle Community. Okay. No, I was just scrolling back because I saw Lisa was doing a little something new. I love that, Lisa Foster. I feel like that's kind of what Penn has been, sort of encouraging you in. And I'm happy to hear that you have a new liberal group and you're making some new friends. Because remember, they're kind of, I don't know, that just feels right on to me, honey. I'm so happy.
Yep.
I got goosebumps all over me.
So, all right. Well, since I haven't heard from Twillo Lifestyle Community, I'm going to do the phone again. Twillo Lifestyle Community. Please pick up the white courtesy phone in aisle 11. Twillo Lifestyle Community. So,
I don't see anybody.
Haven't seen yet. Well, we can pause. Just catching up between the two. Lisa Foster's here. There's lovely Miss Moonlight. Yeah, I just this is what happens when I'm retired and I do these things. Okay, Twillo is here. Okay, thank you.
Hi there.
So she's running from the aisle 1 to way back in aisle 11. Yeah. Yeah.
Getting to the blue light special.
Yeah. Karen, I have fixed you should be blue, so okay.
And she was asking in general, just a reading, right? Yep. Not anything specific. Okay.
Yeah. You want me to go first?
Yes, please. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
No, go ahead.
The Knight of Cups has come up again.
Oh.
And it's also paired with the Page of Pentacles. So these are people cards, and the Knight of Cups is about being willing to allow yourself to take action and to feel your emotions. And the Page of Pentacles, this very much feels like um, I'm adding some sort of physical action to your manifestation. Because and I saw this earlier in my reading. There's this crane above the page's head, and the crane is a very prominent symbol. But above the head, it feels like you're taking these gifts from spirit and you're actually folding them up so that they can create something new. And so perhaps it's a new way of thinking and being, because the end result is the Four of Wands, which is very much a stable environment for all of this amazing stuff to grow. So is how it feels. So I don't know what's going on, but it's good. I mean,
Yeah.
for lack of a better word.
Yeah. Twillo Lifestyle Community. This is the first time I've seen you, so I don't really know you, but this is what I'm hearing, and we'll see if it resonates or not. Have you been looking? Or you been trying to create something or do something, and been kind of praying or asking for assistance or help? Kind of getting that, but the reason I'm saying that is because I feel like it's coming. You get the Three of Coins, and that's experts or people who know what they're doing kind of getting together, and I'm going to say on your behalf. So others coming in to support you and help you in something physical, like something earthly. And then not only that, but then you get the Six of Coins, which sometimes they call it like the charity, but it's like supporting you again, kind of like, here's some money. There you go. See if that helps. Yeah. New programs.
Yeah, it definitely could be new programs.
Okay. But I feel like somebody's coming along to help you, like, and more finances coming too to help you. So, like a turn of fortune. Here's the Wheel of Fortune. So that, up. So, like, good fortune on its way.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if you're not even looking for it, but I feel like there's good fortune on its way. Yeah.
Well, and I think it's interesting because with two court cards, I mean,
Yes.
pay attention. This is the, this is the deep, thoughtful, emotional poet,
Yeah.
and this is the creative, the one who manipulates the stuff, the one who takes apart all of the toys and then
Yeah.
puts them back together again.
Yeah. Cool.
So she said, yeah. And by the way, for those of you who do not know Tanis, in a couple of weeks, she's going to be on my channel. We're doing a laugh and learn about star seeds.
Cool.
Talking about star seeds. Or a center. Could be. So
I think it's something you've been visualizing and looking towards. It feels like there's some, some of the energy coming back for you in a what, like manifestation energy, but working, assisting you.
Yeah.
In whatever it is you're wanting to do.
Beautifully solid. So yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
All right. All right. J Cat Lady, are you here? I've got so many questions. We'll try. I don't know how long I have the pleasure of Mark's company. So we'll try to fast forward through these. J Cat Lady, are you here? So
I'm okay. I had to be done before 6 only because of fireworks and my pets.
No, that's fine. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So and okay, we'll laugh and learn beyond.
There's J Cat Lady.
Okay, cool. And it'll be on my channel, Riff Raff Ray. So I'm going to let you handle this one.
Okay, I have a 3-week-old kitten who's not eating from its mother. I've given it water through a syringe. Should I give it formula? Yeah, let me see. 3 weeks. Is it a? Is there more than one kitten? I'm assuming in the litter. How big is the litter, J Cat Lady? And or is this the only kitten? I don't think so, but I'm just asking for sure. Yeah. Right away here, yes, you need to supplement for it. Oh, there's 7 kittens. Yeah. It's just not getting enough, or it's kind of being, it's not kind of aggressive enough to make its own little place. It kind of gets pushed aside. It'll get better as it gets better with its eyes and stuff, because it's still kind of like, I don't know where I am. But I would supplement that one with a little extra, formula. What is it? Espalac or one of those pet formulas. Thank you, Twillo, for subscribing. I appreciate it so much. So I'm getting, it could use a little formula. It won't need it forever. I think it just needs it for a while it's trying to get caught up with its siblings. A lot of them seem to be doing better with it.
Yeah. And all the others really fight hard for their place on Mama.
Yeah, and this one kind of gets left out in the cold.
Yeah.
Look at this. I just love this picture on this one. I don't care about them. Well, I think that it says truth-led show. I think that's the truth, and it needs to be helped a little bit. But I love this. Here's these 2 little kittens over here. They're like, we're going to get that teat. And this little kitten over here's little face is, I don't know how to do it. I'm left behind over here with a little sad face. So I think it'll get better, but right now it's kind of, I don't know, he might be a little bit runtish or something. But yeah, I think he's going to be okay, but I would help.
Excellent.
Yeah, Lisa's great at the cat formula, KMR from Walmart. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Okay, and
little 7 baby kitties.
Yes, how cute. Macalia Butler, are you still here? Macalia, is it Macalia? Oops. Michaela. Oh, Michaela.
I think that's what I call her.
Michaela. Michaela is here. Excellent. Would love a reading.
Hi, Michaela. That's the way I say your name, but let me know if it's wrong, because, me. I can barely pronounce my own name, so there's that. What cards want to come out for Michaela today? Okay, going back to these. I have to shuffle these for a minute, so.
Okay. I will start here.
Yeah, that's the way it is. Just Michaela, she says.
Yeah.
And I just love being right,
You heard it here first. And make sure you like and subscribe to Mark's channel to see how often he is right.
I'm just teasing.
It's hard being right so often.
Yeah, I'd actually rather be happy than right. So there is that.
Yes, but you're happy that you're right.
Yeah, there's that.
Okay, Michaela. The High Priestess. There is a suggestion that you start trusting your intuition and noticing. I like how this crown, it radiates out. So it's almost like the third eye is just expanding. And this suggests that you do something similar. Give your opportunity to let down your guard and notice the things that are going on around you. I think that's extremely powerful. There's a transition that you're going through. This is the Six of Swords. So you're letting a lot of stuff go, things that are uncomfortable, but you're keeping your head above water and you're moving forward, and allow that to be a transformative opportunity. And speaking of transformation, there's some things that are going on that you're needing to let go of. This is the death card. It doesn't, mean physical death. It oftentimes means death of the way things used to be. And that goes along with that, the going into your power as the high priestess and that transition period. What do you have, Mark?
Michaela, have you been looking for like a new person in your life?
Ooh,
A new boyfriend or new person? I don't know for sure. Feels like maybe. Anyway, I get the Page of Cups, which to me is like, I feel like in this instance is like a new love interest or something like that. Like, oh yes, oh, okay.
yes. Okay. Ooh.
So this is all. Then this reading's gonna be good because I'm going. What if she's not? And then I'm reading out there.
Well, and I'm thinking about all of this and what I read. I'm like going, oh yeah, that works. That works.
Yeah.
That works.
So I know this is a weird page of cups, like with cows on it, but it's just there's this nice man there. It looks like a gift of love coming your way. You know, a beginning, a new beginning in the love department. Then you get the star card, balance. So it's. I think you've been wishing on a star already. So that's kind of telling me, you've been putting that out into the universe. And, I'd like to manifest a new person in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're saying, yep. And I feel like they want to show you this because that's been working. I think there you go, high priestess.
Yeah. High priestess.
That's where this is coming from. And then my favorite card in this deck, it's the Four of Wands. I really love it because Pan's in there dancing. But that can be a new addition to the home or family. Happy home, happy ending, happy. And here they both are together dancing around. So I don't know. All this seems to be talking about there's something coming. And I think you've been, focusing on it and thinking about it. But I think you're going to feel, because then you get the Queen of Cups, going to feel pretty loved and fulfilled by it. So keep.
Yeah, I keep pulling this up because I'm like going, how about that for the great right?
Yeah, I know. So I love this beautiful, like she's sitting in a lotus. But again, it's love energy. So that sounds good.
There you go.
Well, that all looks like somebody's a coming. You're about to meet somebody. Great.
There you go.
Let me know, Michaela, if you do.
Yeah, let us know. Hi, Wayne. Okay, got that one. And Kimberly King. My cat Stuart crossed on May 12th. Does he have a message?
Oh, Stuart.
Yeah.
Stuart. Well, let me switch cards. I don't know. If you get an invitation somewhere or something like that, Michaela, go. To meet this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little Stuart. Let me see here. Was Stuart older, Kimberly? You probably told me this before because I'm pretty sure. It's not my first time to be around Stuart. Oh, 15. Okay, yeah. I know. I love that name for a cat, Stuart.
It's beautiful.
And that's why it really stands out in my head. Oh, now here comes Wayne to brag about food.
Barbecue and all that stuff. Yeah. It's like, oh man.
No, Wayne, that tends to distract me because now I'm hungry. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I think Kimberly, one of the things that I have is that Stuart's okay. Sort of in that in between time getting settled. And
Yeah.
I mean, I got some work that's being done just to help after that transition. Um, Pan's probably got Stuart doing some things, right?
Yeah.
But I actually think that Stuart may show up again a little bit later, and it may not be very long. It's going to be fairly quick.
Yep.
So that's what I got.
Well, that's pretty good because we're kind of right on with that together, I think. So he has been resting. That four of swords. Is that what that was? Four swords. Yeah, that's like we're laying down. Sometimes it can be the coughing
Yeah,
card.
relax. Let's relax.
Taking a break, recharging. So I feel like that part's about done because Pounce, he's ready to act. Family, all in the pride.
Wow.
This is like coming back home. He's pretty strong-minded, independence on his own. So he's driving the car. I feel like he's already, like when Gerald was saying, soon, not,
Yeah, he's already working it. This is, already putting steps, trying to weasel in.
Right. And move pretty quickly. Because I think I remember when he first passed, we couldn't quite get much information from him because it was right after he passed. I think you can correct me, Kimberly. But yeah, I feel like he wants to come back to you, and he's already driving there. He's in the driver's seat, and that pounce means we've begun. I jumped right back on the family train. Fitting back in with the group.
I love that.
So those are all great. I love these cards. Both these decks, they love to talk about reincarnation. I don't know, but those were all three reincarnation.
We got correct. Happy tears.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because we couldn't.
Definitely coming back to you as how I definitely feel it.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's like he couldn't quite get there to tell us that before when we read on him because it was like right after. So now he's like, here's the plan.
Yeah. I'm working it. Yeah. All right. Miss Moonlight Musings, are you present? Miss Moonlight Musings.
I think I just saw her.
Probably. Yeah. Yep, I see. Yep. That's a cute cat deck, she said.
Yeah, it's called Cosmic Cat. And then I have one for dogs. It's called Divine Dog.
Oh, that's great.
The same people. Yeah. Is Picasso passed? Oh, I think so, but I'm not 100%. Let me see.
Or my guides. So, yeah, is Pico on the other side? Yeah.
Passed. Okay. A lot of times the animals will all line up, and I can get I can get mixed up sometimes if they're all standing there waiting to be read for. Yeah, that's why I like to ask. He passed at 18. Okay.
18. Wow.
Well, I'll probably focus on the cat.
I'll take the guides.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking. It's like, oh, 4 guides. I'm like, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. Thank you, Wayne. Yep. Mermans and dolphins.
Somebody had mentioned earlier, it might have been Tom, who was like, that's a perfect water sign shirt.
Oh, yeah, it would be.
Your guides, Miss Moonlight Musings, are actually saying now's this time to start taking a bit of. Okay, now they're changing it. Don't you love it when that happens? Like
Yeah.
in mid sentence, it's like, okay. The message is for you to stand sure in what you are doing and be ready to move forward as needed. Someone's going to need your help. This is more about them than it is about you. You're going to need to speak up. You have a message for someone, perhaps, and stick to it, because this is a lot of energy going to be coming through for your guides. This is one that's going to it might exhaust you. So for the 7 of Wands, it's like chop wood, carry water. You still got to do all of the things that you have to do, but it feels like you're being asked to offer some level of support.
Do you have another cat now? I don't think so, but I'm going to ask anyway. Since Picasso left, have you had another cat? Oh, she's answering you first. Yeah.
2, just 2.
Okay. So this can kind of go 2 different ways. How long ago did Picasso pass? Here's the thing. Either he's already back and he's one of those 2 cats, or he's about to return. Because manifest, thought to form. So that's that idea 10 years ago. So he might already be back in one of those other kitties. Because this is the idea of I'm coming back into form. I'm up in the heavenly, the thought realms, all that. But I want to come back to form. And he says, believe it or not, you never know what's lurking. That's a very big possibility. But then these 3 cards make me kind of wonder if he's already done it. Because truth, let it show. Discernment, take a closer look. And receive the gift, accept the gift. So they can go either way, but if he's already there, you might have already thought that. Like one of these kitties, it's also about that they come since he's gone. You didn't have them when he was there. So it kind of can go 2 ways here. But these 3 cards make me kind of want to say he might already be there. It is about reincarnation. So either he's planning on coming back or he already did it. The newest one is 3 years old. What's that one's name? Because that discernment, take a closer look. If it is that one, there's something about it that would remind you somehow Picasso, he says. And even that you never know what's lurking. It's kind of like already being there, but hidden, and that you're not aware yet. So think about that a little bit. Oh, Murphy's his name. Now, I just got goosebumps all up my back when I read Murphy. That's something to consider. And plus this receive, accept the gift. He kind of wants to tell you that he's there with you already. Yeah.
And when you were asking if he's already, if he's one of the other cats, I got strength, and that's a yes.
Yep, I think so.
I'm wondering if you call him Pico, if he'd actually turn and give you a look and go, well, that's not my name this time.
Yep.
Something like that.
It's one that wasn't there when he was alive, so it's a new one since.
Mm.
I don't know if your other cat is older or not, but so that makes me think it would be this one that you're talking about. And plus, I got goosebumps all up and down my back when you said Murphy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And if I looked at these cards, mostly they seem to say he's already there.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm getting. Well, I was wondering.
Yeah.
Okay.
I may try that. Yeah. Give it a try.
Yeah. Yes, the other cat was with him for a few years. Yeah. See, it's the new one. Yeah, and that whole thing. Look a little closer, and you'll recognize it. So, kind of mull that over in your brain a little bit, and think about it, and see how that resonates more fully. But when you ask, "Can I get a message for him?" For sure, his message was, I'm still there. I'm back there already.
I'm already back. Pay attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge. And plus, I like that thing of you never know what's lurking. Because when you said, I decided I wasn't going to get another cat, after he left, no, no, no. And then this one appeared. It's kind of like, surprise.
Yeah.
What you want to do, what you're going to do aren't always the same.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
I'm playing with you, sweetie.
All right. We're going to do two more, if
Okay.
that's okay. I've got, so we're not going to get to everybody. Thank you all for being here. I mean, you all have been incredible. There are 61 people currently watching, Mark.
Wow, I love it.
Yes, you're a big draw.
Well, I don't think I've ever had that many on my channel.
So, well,
I'm excited. Love it.
Because there are the best chatters.
Yep.
Boom. There you go. And don't worry, I'll invite Mark back if he will come and all that stuff. So,
and he's coming back to my channel too. So,
hi, gentlemen. Could you see how my 14-and-a-half-year-old ragdoll cat Picasso is doing? He had blood work done, another Picasso done last week. I haven't got the results yet, and worry, of course you worry.
Yeah. And here's another little Picasso. This one's 14 plus. It says 37 on my channel. Oh, that's good. That's a nice group to link.
37 and 25 at this point on mine. So
I kind of like the linking because I think it does make bigger numbers. Some people don't like to do it because you can't see all the stuff.
Yeah.
We see everything, but sometimes they don't get to see all the comments.
It as a host, I try extra hard to make sure that I pop chat up so everybody can see things. So
yeah.
He's here sleeping.
Yeah.
He's called.
Yeah. He is. They're going to probably say that his results are a little, because I'm not a vet and I don't know what they'll say, but it'll be a little bit like he's a little off but I think it's just old. I don't know. Is he having like urine problems or something? I mean, kidney, not urine, a kidney. Very good point. But I think, they'll say something, but I don't think it's like the end, because he says, when I'm ready, I will. So I don't think he's quite ready yet to be crossing over. Mm-hmm. He might be getting a little bit older, a little more sleepy-headed, likes to sleep a little more. But I don't think he's quite ready to go to the other side. So even if the test comes out with something, he's just thin. Yeah, it's not really, that's kind of old age related too, because as they get older, they just will not eat as much. They just, kind of like me. I don't eat as much now that I'm old as the hills. My appetite's different.
Mm-hmm.
Things that I usually really like to eat, I don't want to eat. I could actually buy ice cream and keep it forever and not eat it, which, because it just never feels. And I think a lot of that's about age. But I'm not getting like like a killer disease or anything like that.
I got Mark, thank you for making it okay for me to read on animals. I don't do that generally. Thank you. You're making it very easy. He's not a fan of the tests.
Yeah.
Not liking the tests. And as Mark said, this is temperance. He's getting older. I mean, and it's a process, and he's adjusting to it. This is the Seven of Pentacles. He's in no rush to go anywhere. He's got it good. You make it good for him.
Right.
And so he's there's no pain, there's no discomfort beyond occasionally getting old. It takes him longer to do things, but it's okay. I mean, but as far as worry makes sense, but
yeah. Yeah, I don't think so either. And that whole, when it's time, I will, he's in, and it's not time, and don't even think about that.
Yeah.
He's really just still in lovey-dovey mode.
Yeah.
Receive, accept the gift. I'm not even thinking about it, considering it. I haven't had no visitations, nothing like that.
Yeah.
He's like, nope. I'm a little sleepier, and maybe a little bit skinnier, but I'm not thinking about that in any means. And I hate the vet, period.
Yeah,
really
exactly. Yeah. Red Hat Cat said, no, he was angry with the test. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So
there was like needles.
Yeah, I don't like needles either.
Right. That feels pretty good. He's a little bit, like he told me that, like a little bit snippy, like, how dare you? A little bit like, don't be pushing me in the grave, kind of like a thing. He's being funny, but that, nope, not me. Anyway, that's a good thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Sometimes they'll give me these facial expressions and stuff.
Yeah. Mark, can you see the starred comments? Do you want to pick one?
Oh,
you want to pick the last one?
I can. Let me see here.
Thank you. I just lost so many people, and I'd love to keep him for a bit. Well, the other thing that I would do is to spoil him.
Yeah.
That card that you showed. It's just like, oh yeah, he just wants, give him extra affection and attention. So I'm putting Mark on the spot, asking him if he wants to pick the last reading.
Well, and plus I didn't really look over them, because I usually don't even look at the questions until they come up. But I don't want to just do animal readings. What about this? Looks like this wouldn't be too, if you're still here, but I haven't seen you in a minute. Info Entertainment, are you still here?
Info Entertainment. Let me check. Info Entertainment. Nope, not on my channel.
Okay, I don't know that name, so I feel like it has to be from your channel.
Yep, that's from mine.
Okay. Well, if they're not here, we'll pick somebody else.
Yep.
Do you want to? I don't know if I can get anything, but maybe this question about past life.
I
don't really care.
I'm trying to find it.
Oh, it's Aaron.
Oh, Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron, are you here? Let's give it a try. Yeah. Aaron is here. A little older, a little wiser, and a bit more stubborn. I just saw Aaron. Thanks, Mark, for picking.
Yeah. Pick me. Uh-oh. Ray, I didn't even notice your question. What was it? Oh, yeah. Oh, that library book thing. Yeah, we could probably squeeze that in there, too.
We'll squeeze it in, yeah. Okay, Aaron, tell me something about my past life.
I need my library.
Riff Raff Ray, I used to work in a library, and I worked in circulation, so we'll help you, Riff Raff. Yes, Aaron, I see yous. It's all good. Glad you're here.
What cards want me to? Which cards want to be used for this? I think these. Okay. Ray, you're very funny.
I'm begging. Well, begging worked well. You may not like the answer, Ray. Just saying. Okay, so Aaron, what I have is I've pulled 3 major arcana cards. So it's significant. The one that you're working on. I got the moon. I got the star, and I also got the Hierophant. And so when I see these in relation to a past life, there's some things that you are needing to figure out attached to your intuition. This is an opportunity for you um, to for you to learn to trust your intuition again. Is how it feels. You're going to be given plenty of opportunity to practice that, because this is the star. And Aaron, when the star shows up, it's the universe is lining everything up so that you can learn things quickly and to have plenty of opportunity. If you haven't, if if you're really curious about it, definitely you need to do some work at it and maybe do some past life readings. I don't know if you do any readings, work on your dreams. The Hierophant is the card about structure and then connection from the physical world to the spiritual world. And so you may need a mentor to help you with that. So I'm going to pause there and ask you what you're thinking, Mark.
I hear that in this, first of all, there's more than one. I hear, you didn't just have one past life, there's others. But this one that's kind of coming to me that wants to say something about it is you were really into music, and that music was a focus at that time. Like, I'm going to say you were skilled at it. It gives me a guitar, but I'm kind of seeing an older stringed instrument, not actually guitar, but like a mandolin or something, because it seems older than when there were electric guitars. So I'm going to say older than that. I'm going to say it was a different place, not where you live now. It was like you'd have to take an airplane to get to where it was at that time. So it was in a different part of the world than here. I'm kind of getting, I'm not sure where you're from, Aaron, but I'm stealing.
Stealing. Oh.
It feels overseas, like it was a place overseas. That So it was a time when it wasn't as populated as it is now. So there were more trees and there was more nature than people. So I feel like, what I'm seeing, and who knows, it's almost like that minstrel, like a minstrel, but it's in sort of like Elizabethan time or something like that. It feels like that you entertained and traveled around and you were good at it. So I don't know. Do you have musical interests now? I'm wondering. Aaron, go ahead.
I'm just saying, what you're saying is helping me get some additional stuff, because I agree that the idea of a minstrel and knowing exactly what song to play and where to go, what town to go to. It really, really makes sense because having to, keeping things entertaining
Right.
and maybe playing for some royalty, actually.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
No.
there are multiple lives because I just said my question is what's the biggest message that I can give about this? So
Yeah, I get multiple lives too, and that I do feel like you traveled around. You know,
Mhm.
like a traveling minstrel. That sounds so, cliche.
Sounds right. It sounds right
Oh, good.
to me. Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah. So that's what I'm kind of hearing. You traveled around. You didn't kind of stay in one location, but I think you were renowned, kind of.
Yeah. Bit sought after. Okay. Aaron said, love music, but have no abilities to sing or play music in this life. But I'm a good dancer and can change my lyrics to his songs quickly.
Now that part there really sounds like a minstrel.
Yep.
I can change my lyrics to songs quickly. That reminds me a lot of minstrel energy because,
Yep.
and in that day that I'm looking at, they made up it would be like a story or a poem, something like that, and then they would turn it into song, kind of taking words, turn it into song. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And incorporating people. So
Yeah.
let us know how that goes, Aaron.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we promised to find the library book.
Oh yeah. It says I have a library book, but I don't agree. Missing library book. Where is it? Do you remember having that book at one time?
Did you have the book and did you say you returned it and where did you return it? And as I tell everybody when I took those calls, did you look under the car seat? Did you look in your trunk? Look in all your bags? So,
Well, when I was getting ready to put these cards away, and I thought, oh, I should look at the bottom. The bottom's home. So I think the book might be there. I think you might have the book, but the home can. Oh yes, I'm a big library fan, and I feel confident I gave it to a friend to return. Okay.
your friend didn't return it.
Yep.
Nope,
Mm-hmm.
nope, 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 nope. And your
Right.
friend said they returned it and they didn't. Sorry, go
Yep.
ahead.
No, no, no. Oh, she works at the library. Well, it could be in her house because it's kind of a circus, like circusy in that house. It's so things can be overlooked and misplaced and stuff. Uh, hmm So, and I feel like that would probably be more like her house than your house. Now that I see this circus, but I think I still see it there, but waiting to be found. Kind of. I don't think she took it back.
She didn't. It's caught in her pile of stuff and or your friend's pile of stuff because um library employees don't necessarily get fined, but she's been out of town as
Uh,
well. Well, there you go.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and especially you have that clear memory of doing that. And I could see why you would because she works at the library, so that's why you would do it. And so somehow she didn't mean to, but just it got set down and she forgot about it. I feel like,
Yeah.
and she might curse us when she says, "I did not."
You can always ask. Cool. I love her and it's all right. However, it turns out good.
Yeah,
Good. So,
I think I think it'll be found, but you might have to ask her about it because she
yeah.
might not even realize. She might not realize it until you
She
say something.
forgot about it, to be honest with
Yeah,
you. She completely forgot about it because she just put her with her books and she doesn't have to deal with her books.
yeah.
So as definitely as yours or definitively. Yeah.
I'll ask the pendulum if it's going to be. Do you think that book could be found? The long lost book? Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be found.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just is misplaced. It's like a little bit of a chaotic energy there at her house.
Mhm.
Maybe because she was getting ready to travel.
Yeah.
Things were all. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Great. I loved it. That was fun.
Yes.
I love doing different things that I personally have no idea about. I
Yeah.
really like reading on those kind of things.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a preconceived kind of notion or anything.
Mm-hmm. It's just, Mark, you have been so incredible and generous with your time. We are almost at 2 hours and it's almost 6 o'clock, and
Yep.
you need to do things before, the fireworks start and the dogs go a little crazy.
It was so much fun, and the time just flew past.
It really did. I can't, I'm like going, really? Is it that fast? Okay.
Yeah, it goes so quick. And it, like, we can never always get to all the questions, which is, always disappoints me, but can only do it for so long. But anyway, it was great. I loved all the questions. I liked there was a lot of variety. It was so much fun. I love reading with you, Gerald.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love the way that Spirit then uses us both. And sometimes they'll approach from different sides, or they do like, what is it called? Where they mesh together the readings. It's like, I don't know the right word, but they kind of come in together.
Yeah, I love, for me, that's the overlap and the weaving together to build the full story. It's like, I have half of it. It's like that one reading where I read something and then you got romance.
Yeah.
I'm not going, oh, well, hell, if you want to talk about romance.
Right. Then there that goes. Yeah, I know. I really like it a lot. It's really, it's a really fun thing. And then we're always learning and growing all the time with that, like which you always do. Because really that never ends. I feel like you can always learn more and grow more.
Yeah.
So, and YouTube has been great for that for me.
Yeah, it's been wonderful. Sherry, is everybody saying goodbye? Thank you. And Karen Doyle said you guys are good together. I think so, but I don't want to force myself, too much.
I think so. You're not forcing yourself. I love reading with you.
So I love it too.
We'll be back together again before you do it.
Yeah.
Or some people we know might be together.
Yeah, some people we may know. So everybody should like and subscribe to both of our channels. I'm Tarot Stash. That's the lovely Spirit Whisperer. You need to go to his channel, especially on not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday for the additional rainbow readers. It's just a lot of joy and fun, and it's so great. So
you can always bring animal questions on Mondays.
Yes.
Normally on Mondays, I work with YouTuber Debbie, Freebird Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And she and I have been doing that show together a little over a year and a half.
That's great.
And I love reading with her so much that's a show that I don't have guests on because I just love reading with Debbie. I don't know. We have this weird brain mail. So, but come over there if you have animal questions. Bring them over there.
Yes. So, all right. If the book had been about animals, would that qualify? Oh, wow, Riff Raff Ray, you are working it.
She's always like smart.
Yeah, smart ass. Smart ass. So, all right. I'm going to say goodnight and end the broadcast, and then Mark and I are going to quickly chat. So, everybody, take care. Bye.
Bye, guys and gals.